My name is Patrick Oddie, and we have currently 3 rentals, although we just sold one, so we're down to 2 rentals left. The reason we got into this altogether was it was going to be a hedge against the market. So the market always is up, down, up, down, up, down. But if you put something into, real estate, assumably, especially particularly in Austin, where things are growing and things, are at least propped up for a period of time, if nothing else, is you could generate some income, but you could also generate a gain on the values of the property at the same time. So even if the stock market went up, if the stock market went down, it really wouldn't matter because you'd always be doing something that was kind of a hedge against the market. And that's why we got into it in the first place. So we bought 3, we'll call them mid-priced, roughly $500,000 each townhouses. And that's how we did it. And we thought that was a good way to sort of park money and just generate some income as a result and some value. The realtors who've helped us to identify these properties have become very good friends of ours. They were people who had a tremendous amount of experience. They had bought houses, flipped houses, renovated houses, and then they went fully into the real estate. So they knew, and they've known Austin for a long time, but they said, we got to introduce you to Matt Leshbar over at 1836. I think these people would do a really good job because we really didn't want to be very actively involved. We, in fact, wanted to be very passively involved, just generate income and let somebody do all the operational work. And he said, I think they would do a really, really good job for you. So that's how we got hooked up with 1836. Yeah, again, maybe a reiteration. I just didn't want to have to spend time on operational items. I definitely didn't want to be involved in any of the legal items that had to do with it. I didn't want to have to go identify renters or deal with mechanical problems or things, 24 hours a day, things like that. And I knew that they would be able to do it and that would be their sweet spot and they could get that done. So that's exactly what they've delivered to us. And that's the piece that's the cheap piece that I talk about that they've delivered for us. Yeah, this is one of those few things where you can really say, don't you love it when your plan works out exactly as designed? Because most plans don't work out exactly as designed. This one has actually worked out exactly as designed. We've generated income. We've delivered, new value. Even the one we sold off, we of course sold off at much more than we purchased it for, a few years ago. But we didn't do any of the work. And so when I even think of the additional things that they've provided between all the accounting, all the tax stuff, it's all available. And maybe we just happen to have also the benefit of we have Melanie and Tina who are an absolute gift. And we've had them the entire time. It's been 3.5 years, 4 years, something like that. And they are like 24 hours on the spot, weekends, the responses, the things that they do. They have delivered to everything that we wanted to work out our plan. So the financial part was one of it, but just not being very involved with it, they have delivered exactly that. They're so systematic, so spot on timing, and they are so clear in their what they tell you needs to be done or doesn't need to be done and stuff like that. It's just probably made it as easy as you're going to get. So the plan has worked out literally exactly as we had hoped. And thanks to the 2 of them, by the way, as well. But I have a feeling it reflects exactly 1836 and why our realtor suggested reach out to Matt and to his team because they knew that themselves. Absolutely, and I've already done so. And I couldn't sing their praise enough from the mountaintops. For us, it's been like the best of the best experiences. In fact, whenever you have good customer experience, I always try to tell people when they do, but I'd put 1836 as number 1 or 2 in all the customer experiences that we've had all over. It's that good. It has been for us.